Hey everyone, hope everyone is doing well, and I am back with another video. But before I get into this video, I actually have to say something. I am amazed of how much love I've gotten within these videos. I at first was saying I'm going to be a little bit nervous coming into this. I don't know what to expect. Should I not do it? Then I was like, you know what, let me throw in a video, maybe two. I am so grateful and so honored with the amounts of love and with the amounts of comments and likes and just the welcoming feel that I got being in this booktube community. I am so honored, first of all, for those who have subscribed to my channel, and also very thankful for those who have left such beautiful comments and welcoming me to this booktube community. I'm just happy and very grateful that I did make this decision to come into this booktube community. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate all the love I've gotten, all the beautiful comments, and all the everyone who's liked my video, everyone who has subscribed to my channel. I am just so humble of the love that I've gotten, and it's just thank you very much. I am glad just being me is something that you guys enjoy, and that also the books that I have reviewed or just spoken about are books that you guys can relate to. I finally feel like I've gotten to where I wanted to, where is that I have people who understand what I mean when I describe a book in a certain way, or what I mean when I say how I feel about a certain book, or just alone that the ones who have looked at my bookshelf and say, hey, I've read that book, I love that book, and I see that we are going to have a lot of common things in that we can work together for. So again, thank you very much, and I appreciate you all. And again, if you're new to this channel, I am fairly new myself, and I just want to thank you for clicking onto this video, and I hope you like it, and I hope you enjoy my videos and the future videos that I have coming on forever and forevermore. So I just recently read The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas, and I just have to say, at first I was skeptical of reading this because I'm not really a person to point fingers on who's right and who's wrong. I'm just a person who enjoys life and loves everyone and welcomes everyone. I'm just a person that shows love, gives love, and helps those who need help. So when I started to read this book, or when I thought of reading this book, at first I was just like, what am I getting myself into? Is this book going to be just badgering about a particular thought, if you know what I mean? So I was skeptical in getting into this book. But the minute that I started reading this book, one thing I loved about Angie Thomas that she did was that she really brought out the feelings of everyone in this book, from the police officer, from the character, from the character's family, from the character's life, from just so many different aspects, and she brought it all together, and she allowed you to see how one incident affects so many other people. So this is the book, The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas, and Angie is really Angela Thomas, but I guess she decided to go through her nickname, which is Angie, because there is another author, as she says, as Angela Thomas. She was born and raised in Mississippi, Jackson, and she was a former rapper, so she really loves Tupac, Biggie, all those famous rappers out there. So she's really into the rap game. So this book brings that in her. So you can definitely see her music industry background in the book as well. So you'll see that. As to this being her first book out, it's just amazing. I really enjoyed the book. This book, if you read it, it says The Hate You Give, but if you the first four letters that you see is THUG, which is thug. If you read this book, you'll understand why I brought this out. I'm not going to spoil a lot of things in this book because there's like little interesting facts about this book, but it'll give you a reason to look for that. There's a reason why she put this description of the book the way she did, and the reason why she just put the U instead of the YOU. So this book relates to a 16-year-old girl named Star Carter, and she was with a best friend when she witnessed a police officer shooting her best friend, who was unarmed and was not in any harm's way towards the police officer. The thing is that she also comes from a very low poverty neighborhood. She lives in this neighborhood that is very poor and very drug addicts, a lot of things and gangs. Then her mom actually sent her over to a suburban area for her to go to school. So she goes to a school with a lot of different people from where she lives. So she has to kind of live the life on both sides of both worlds. So being in a low poverty neighborhood and the fact that she feels that a lot of people are being mistreated for no reason, she has to learn how to speak up for her own people. But then also being in a suburban area school where her best friends are Caucasian and her boyfriend is Caucasian as well, she has to understand both sides of both worlds. So this book gets really interesting. The author just really brings out so much emotions. When I tell you emotions, I tell you I was actually crying on the second chapter. And a book to make me cry is very hard because I've read books that have authors that you would expect to cry, like Jodi Picoult in her books and Nicholas Sparks in his little woman grabbing books. When I say in the second chapter I was actually crying, I was crying. It's funny because I was in my car, my husband was driving, and I just started crying, and he looks at me, he's like, again, person who doesn't understand the feelings of books. Just gotta love it. So yes, from the second chapter I was crying, and she caught my emotions from there on out. Now, a little secret I have to tell you, just a little one. I love to listen to the book while I'm reading it. There's two reasons why I do this. One reason is because I do work sometimes long shifts a day, and while I'm working I have the opportunity to actually put on headphones and listen to the book. Another reason why I do it is because sometimes the narrator that reads the book does such an amazing job that you actually get to feel the book by listening to it and also reading it. So I do love sometimes to read the book and listen to it because it just kind of shuts me out of this world. Some people will be like, why? Just read the book or listen to it. I sometimes like to do both. It's just something that I love to do, and it does really bring out the book into more life. It's like, I don't know, it's like I'm reading the book and I'm hearing what the author say, but then if the narrator is really good with what she or he does, I really get to feel the book in it. So the narrator for this book was Bonnie Turpin. When I tell you Bonnie's way of bringing this character out and bringing all the characters in general out was amazing. She really got into this character, and basically all the characters she also described. She got into every character that was involved into this book, and I was just, wow, this narrator really is bringing this book out to life. Can't get the book, I would say the Audible version is amazing as well, or you could get both like I did, but you don't have to do that. Some people just prefer to read the books and some people just prefer to listen to them, but I really enjoyed listening and reading it at the same time. Times when I couldn't read it and hold the book in my hand, I was listening to it, so it really made it more interesting and it was amazing. So like I said, the author really brought out emotions of this book, and I guess this book was actually her first book that she's actually brought out. She's tried to write other books, but they just never came through with them. But this book was her first book, and it was an amazing book. So if she does come up with another book, I would definitely be grabbing it. And the great thing about it, like I said, is that she really knew how to bring out the feelings from the police officer, from the character Star Carter. from Star Carter's mom and dad, from Star Carter's boyfriend, from Star Carter's best friends. And she really knew how to show how one incident can affect so many people, not only just the person who witnessed it. It could affect everyone, and how it affects everyone, and how you really start to see things differently. The character as well had to learn how to speak up, because she had people of where she lives and her family of friends and people that have seen her grow expect her to speak up for her best friend. And then she had to understand that the people that she is going to school with just didn't understand what and the emotions she was feeling. And then she also had to decide and go through feelings of how her friends that she considered friends thought of how she was reacting to situations, her living in this low poverty neighborhood and being around these people that they consider to be bad people. And so it was just a good side of both worlds that she had to fight, how to make an understanding and be herself, but then not hurt anyone in the process, as well as her family. Because then again, speaking up for her neighborhood and her family and friends from her low poverty neighborhood also dealt with a lot of back and can of worms opening up in the process, if you know what I mean. Closets opening up and telling secrets, putting her family and life in danger, but then also putting herself in a position where her friends in her suburban area start to look at her differently, like this is a ghetto girl, this is a girl that doesn't need to be around us, or the family's thinking this girl should not be around my child. So it was just like a lot of emotions and feelings into it. It was amazing, and she really described it well, and she really did make it to where you sensed and felt every thought and aspect of this book from all sides. I mean, all sides. Definitely, I gave this book a 5-star. It was just that amazing, and I really don't want to spoil too much of it. I can go on and on and on about so many things that happen, but it could give a lot away, and I'm holding back for you. I'm really holding back for you guys. This book, amazing. Within the Audible version is amazing. The book itself is amazing. The author is amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed my little review on this. I do have to say one thing about this book is it does it's a YA book, but it does have a lot of cussing and swearing in the book. It's not intentional. It's not that she just writes that way. It's just part of the story and how the people who live around Star, or just in general who live in both suburban and her neighborhood, speaking. And it was a kind of, I mean, it's a bad thing because there is cussing and there is swearing, but then again, it is a good thing because it also brings out the true reality of these characters, and you get to understand them a little bit more. So that being said, please like and subscribe, and if you enjoyed this video, please comment, and if you read the book, please give me more information on how you felt about this book. I would really like to know about it, how you felt in your aspect of it, and yeah, so thank you for watching, and I would definitely see you all in my next video, and have a great night, and always remember, keep reading.